Well, hello everybody. So today is going to be kind of like a ASMR-y video, or like one that you could maybe use to fall asleep to if I don't become too sarcastic. But today I thought we'd go over my coloring book that I made. Yay! So I spent like 4 months drawing the designs on the inside. Well, it could be longer technically, because some of them are from the last couple of years, and then I kind of incorporated them in different ways in here. But this book is called Ghosts, Bats, and Cats Celebrate the Seasons, and you can probably assume that the main characters are ghosts and bats, and then there are some cats because they're at the end, and they celebrate the seasons being summer, fall, winter, and spring. So you can kind of color along depending what season it is. Or if you're really feeling a certain season, like it's the dead of winter and you really want to pretend like it's summer, summer page in here would be glorious. So this is the front, this is the back. It does have an ISBN, and I'm still trying to figure out how to register that without going through the printing company that made this. In case you're wondering, On Press made this, and your girl is meh pressed on how they did. Mainly their customer service and just some of the formatting things that they do are a little weird. You can tell they weren't made for coloring books. They were made for regular books, or books with a bunch of photographs, not books that you color, but that's what learning is for. So I am still very happy with how it turned out. However, some of the things that they do are a bit weird. Just saying, I don't know if I'd recommend them to you if you're looking to make a coloring book. I'm just saying. So the pages are printed on 80-pound weight paper. Yes. So they're semi-thick. Unfortunately for me, while formatting, they have printed it, as you can see, on both sides, which a lot of coloring books do, and that's fine. However, I would have preferred to have them printed separately on each page. But this, again, is a weird company, so I guess I needed to input a lot of blank pages in order for them to get the memo that I wanted each one on a separate page, and they were not willing to do anything to fix it because they said it was my fault, even though nowhere on the website does it say they will print front to back unless you say otherwise by inserting a blank page in between each image. So I'd want to pay a bunch of money again to have them printed, so this is a learning experience for all of us, but hopefully you'll still enjoy the coloring book nonetheless, even though it's not as well, it's more cumbersome to make sure that you're coloring and don't color through the page. I have tested markers and color pencils on this, and we'll kind of go into that once we turn down to the top view, but I figured I'd do a little overview of this guy. And if you're interested in getting your own coloring book, I will link it to my Etsy, or you can purchase your own coloring book in the description box if you're interested. Unfortunately, Etsy keeps raising their prices, so this will be $15 plus the cost of shipping. I don't know about international people. If you really are wanting one internationally, comment below and we'll figure that out. Yay, tariffs and all of that shenanigans going on right now. So, let me take you guys on the top view version so we can look at every page together, all 4 seasons, and we will pick a page to color together in this hopefully very sleepy ASMR-esque nighttime sleepy pie type video. Okay, this is probably as good as we're gonna get because my tripod is only so flexible. So hopefully this works out for you. So we have this page here. Ooh, just like the front cover. So however you feel like coloring the front cover, you too can do so. We start out in summer. Don't get that Olaf song from Frozen stuck in your head, because guess what? That's what's stuck in my head right now. But every season will start out with one of these type of pages where it has a banner where it says the season, and you want to know something really satisfying. All of them have 6 letters. Summer, autumn, winter, spring. That was very satisfying to me. I thought I might tell you that little fact. Then every season will have a little activity sheet where perhaps if you would like, if you completed activity, you will color the associated activity. But summer, I did catch and release bugs, release being the keyword there, eat a cold treat, little frozen guy, go to the pool. Will you also be scared? Who knows? Go camping. Make yourself a s'more. Yum. We also have a couple little photo albums inside here. So each season will include at least 1, if not 2 of those. So here we have Ghost enjoying a picnic in the summer, and the Grim Reaper with his cat enjoying a little bike ride through the park. Then we'll have just a couple of different fun little guys doing summer things. So as you can see, some pages I made a lot more detailed than other pages. The reason being, sometimes if you're like me, you don't want to spend all day coloring something. And then there are other days where you do want to spend all day coloring something. So you have options for how dedicated you want to be to coloring that day. Also, some of them are in this orientation, like these little guys playing miniature golf, or this ghosty being scared of those thunderstorms that happen in the summertime. Here we have a little storybook or scrapbook, photo album type thing. Words are hard when you're trying to be ASMR-y. But we have a little ghost guys doing their laundry. He's definitely not helping. He's definitely over it. Autumn time. So every season has at least 9, if not 10, associated drawings with them. Also, all these are hand-drawn. Screw you, AI. You're not coming for my coloring book. No, you are not. So yes, there are 40 individual drawings designed for yours truly, me. Autumn. I think that's a nice pumpkin spice latte. That looks pretty good. He's definitely getting a good pumpkin there. Look at that round shape. Very nice. We have our autumn activities here. We have apple popping. Not very hygienic, especially post panty wanny. Ew, germs. Go to a corn maze. Maybe get scared by said scarecrow. Who knows? Are you a crow? You might get scared. Just saying. Carve pumpkins. Do it. It's fun. Get messy. Enjoy life, you know? Leave peeping. We don't really do that unless you're in the Pacific, or no, unless you're in the Northeast. But I think more people should do the leaf peeping thing, because it seems like fun. Lastly, rake leaves. Not very fun, but it could be fun if you jump into the pile of leaves after raking them. The Grim Reaper looks not so happy doing it. I don't blame him. Here's our little photo album. Oh, cute. They're getting pumpkins, making memories. This one's trying really hard to make caramel apples. I don't know if it's going so well. Up to you to decide if it turns out okay. Here we have going to a bakery with croissant hat. It's not really a hat, but you can see he's so excited to be having a giant croissant that he bought that he's wearing it as a hat. Then we have Ambrose. That's the name of my ghost, in case you're wondering, and he likes to collect his favorite leaves. Fun fact about Ambrose is he will eat his leaf and store it inside his little plasma body, or whatever ghosts are made out of, and then he'll hack it up to put it on his little favorite leaf poster that he makes. Yep, that's how he works. Then we have a lovely, this one again, very detailed. It'll take you some time, so good luck with that. They're obviously having a nice little outing. It looks a bit chilly. Grab your scarves, you know. Halloween parties. I wish I could go to one right now. Oop, don't look. Look at that. You've made today a very special day. You have. I hope you know that. I hope you know that you've made today a very special day. Don't you forget that. Now we go into chilly winter. My least favorite season. I don't know about you. We have a little ice skating bat. Look at him go. Cutie patootie. Next, we have our winter activities. We could play in the snow. We could decorate cookies for you to eat over someone else. No judgment there. You warm up with a hot drink. I know I will. Or go sledding. Does he remind you of anybody? Kevin McAllister. That was my inspiration. We got our cute little memories here. They're making a little ornament together. We can see some goofy kitty paw prints where they stepped in the paint. How goofy. Ooh, we got some guys warming up by the fire and warming up to a good movie. That's static vision right there. Oh, sorry, more this way. They go to zoo lights. Do you have zoo lights in your area? Denver Zoo has really good zoo lights, so that was my inspiration for that one. We have guy getting woken up by a ruckus. Is it Santa Claus? Who knows? We have some ornaments here. Cute. Featuring our favorites, Krampus and the Yeti. They're having fun scaring people together. He's really scared. And oh look, a happy memory of a ghost. I mean a bat. Wow. And he's shoveling snow. I don't know what the cat's doing out there, but he decided it was a good time to go out in the snow. I really like the sun's scarf. Has planets on it because, you know, the sun's the center of the universe. Now we will warm up with springtime. So this is one I've already colored. Ignore it for right now. We have spring. That's the season we're in if you're on the northern hemisphere. This is the one that I've colored to test out all the colors. And we'll come back to this page and I'll tell you some tips and tricks to prevent some of the things that happened to me when I was testing things out on that page. But spring activities include reading a book. Sometimes it's too rainy outside to go outside, so reading a book is a good option. We can plant flowers. We could tend to our garden. Get some carrots, you know. Or you can make arts and crafts, like something for St. Patrick's Day, perhaps. Sorry. Here you can see I had some bleed through. Again, I'll give you some tips on how to avoid this. But we have our little photo album right here. We got a little bad dance into some music. And then we got, ooh, picnic date night. Cute. On this page, it's like we're little guys. And this would be good if you're wanting to color something pretty quickly, like just this little cat. Or maybe just the border for that day, a little more attainable if you have less time to color that day. This was inspired by my tattoo flash sheet that I made of ghost fairies. They have fun little flower hats. I quite enjoy them. Ooh, we have a Valentine's Day one here. Look at their cute little romance. How cute. Sorry. It's very cute. I want their cake. And over here, we have a cute little like cupboard space of gardening tools. And little flowers here. Very quaint. More flowers, because what's spring without flowers? I don't really know. We have a bat with a flower shop, and it really just makes sense, because if you didn't know, bats are a great pollinator. They are. Now over here, we have a little guy sleeping, so we gotta be extra quiet, you know. Look at him. Just snoozing away. Imagine coming across a bat sitting in a flower. I think I will have a heart attack of cuteness. This page, let's go frolicking. We need to do more frolicking in this world. Maybe there would be less anger and sadness if we all frolic together in a meadow. I'm just saying. Then we have a memory of a bat visiting a strawberry festival on March 2nd, 2008. Don't ask me why I picked the date. I just picked it. Look at that. Look at that sandwich. It's a cat. The last page is a thank you page, just because if you buy this coloring book, I say thank you because it's very kind, and you didn't have to, but you did, and it really makes me happy. So thank you very much for supporting my artwork and all the time I put into this coloring book. So let's go back to the page that I colored already, so I can give you some tips and tricks on how to avoid bleed through, since you're going to afford to buy a whole new 50 coloring books to make them single-sided. So here we go. Ah, yes, here it is. So I kind of separated them by what I did on this page. So here it's just colored pencils, which, so if you're just a colored pencil girly, I think you're pretty good. I would still recommend putting a piece of paper here if you're someone who rubs really hard when you color, because I do that. I do that. So if you're also someone who puts a lot of pressure with your colored pencils, maybe put a sheet of paper on the following page or the previous page, depending on what side you're coloring on, just to avoid really rub it into that page. But other than that, obviously you're not going to have any bleed through on the other side because it's just colored pencils. So that's great. Color away, my friend. Have fun. This one was a combination of colored pencils and markers, and it did work out pretty well on its own. As you can see, no bleed through here. Wow. I used these markers here. I got them from Ross for what? $7. I recommend these ones the most out of any other ones that I've tried. They work really well. I use them here, and for some of the colors here. But I would mean to look at these two for this reference, and they color just perfectly fine. I like them a lot, and they don't bleed through too much, so I recommend these alcohol markers from Ross. And if you're new to coloring, that's perfect for you because they're very cheap. And you can also layer them pretty easily with colored pencils if that's what you like doing when you color. So I will say though, on opening this is a blending marker. Don't use it. Don't do it. I made that mistake because then it becomes too much liquid on the sheet, and that's how this bled through there. So I would avoid the one where you can blend and instead blend with a colored pencil if you want a better gradient. You can see this was marker here. This is colored pencil here. Similar effect. You can see how time has gone by, because that's how long it took Ambrose to cut out a 4-leaf clover little banner. So he's slow at cutting. So up here I used a variety of markers. I used the Tombow marker. You can buy it at Michael's. I used this Artist Loft alcohol paste marker, also from Michael's. And there's one more that I cannot find. I don't know where it went. But that was what the maroony red color was. I just don't know what happened to it. And it's actually bothering me. So if I do end up finding it later, I'll let you know. But to me, this marker was the worst at creating bleed through. I don't know if you can see it on this stage, but there's purple here. Can you see it? Purple. Right there. That was from this guy. So this Artist Loft, I don't recommend for this paper. Don't do it. It doesn't work very well. Toss it. We don't want her. Tombow, however, that one also worked great. So if you don't want to go to Ross to buy these really cheap ones that work super grand, Tombow also worked very, very well. Again, I don't think I'd recommend the blendy one because it could cause bleed through for too much ink on the page. So that's my tips on how to avoid bleed through from yours truly while testing out this page. But look how cute. Super duper cute. I quite like it a lot. Now, what page should we do today? As we color together, and hopefully by this point you're slumbering away. Slumber, slumber. I'm kind of feeling doing an autumn one because I do miss Halloween. I think it's been halfway to Halloween. Is that today? It might be. Or is tomorrow? Depends on when I'm uploading this, but basically it's halfway to Halloween. In order to celebrate, I think we should do a Halloween one together. I think I want to do this one, but we have to review really quickly so I can get a better angle. Here we are. If you have any questions you want to ask me about the coloring book, please do so down below. And I've ordered 50 of these. I do believe around 16 have been purchased, so thank you for those who have purchased a coloring book so far, and I really hope you enjoy coloring it. And if you do buy a coloring book, please send me the pages you've colored because it would make my day. Okay, so we're gonna go into the not so chatty part of this, and we're just gonna go to the coloring part of this sleepy ASMR-esque video. Okay. I hope I didn't forget to mention anything. Oh, one thing, if you notice that your markers are super juicy, just tap it on a paper towel to get rid of some of that extra bit of juice, and you should be good when it comes to coloring with a marker, because sometimes when they're stored upside down they get lots of extra juice on them, as I'm sure that you know. So I always recommend a paper towel next to you so you can wipe off that extra bit. Okay.